All right, guys, what's happening? What's happening? Good morning to you. It is Tuesday, March 2nd, 2021. Today is episode 299. Tomorrow is episode 300 here of Morning Perspective. This morning, we're going to talk about not letting your limiting beliefs get the best of you. Let's get started.
It is ultimately important for you to look at your goals, truly what you want to do in your life, and then look at the people who you spend the most time with in your life and figure out if that lines up.
All right, guys, what's happening? What's happening, guys? Thank you guys for being here. I'm a little disheveled this morning. I got to figure out how to share this thing out while I'm talking to you here. If you guys could help me by sharing this out to your pages, that would make my life a lot easier and better. I appreciate that. And thank you guys for being here. Happy Tuesday to you. We got the whole leadership team for the Pavement Group here in Pittsburgh this morning. Today and tomorrow, we're going to have dinner together this evening. So, man, what a great week it's going to be here in Pittsburgh. So this morning, I wanted to talk about limiting beliefs and not letting your limiting beliefs get the best of you. And, for years in my life, man, I had limiting beliefs that, to be honest with you, I didn't even realize existed, right? I had things that were programmed into me that I didn't recognize. I had, traps set around me in business, in personal stuff, just all the way around. I had things that were just existing in my life that I didn't recognize. And, as I started to read and educate myself and network with people that were educated on this particular topic, I started to more and more recognize those things. I started to detect those things in my life that were really holding me back. And so I wanted to talk about that this morning and share with you guys how you can overcome some of those, how you can recognize some of those limiting beliefs and then overcome those as a result of being able to just see them, right? Once you see and detect those things, you recognize those thought patterns, it's pretty easy to start to change those. And so I wanted to cover that this morning. So first, as always, I want to say good morning to some folks. What's happening? Cam Roberts, good morning, man. First guy on the show this morning. Appreciate you, dude. Rodney, thank you for being here. Tammy Clark, thank you for being here. Christina, Jared, David, Keith, Carla, Christina, Rick, Sally, Ryan, Lori. Oh, but it's my wife, not Lori. My wife. Thank you, babe, for being here. Love you. Nathaniel, Keith. Good morning, guys. Thank you guys for being here. My computer is like glitched here, so bear with me. Any rate, back to the topic here. So don't let your limiting beliefs get the best of you. Why do you believe what you believe? Like, what do you believe and why do you believe it? It's a big deal to figure that out. What do you believe and why do you believe it? Let me tell you this. More dreams are crushed inside of your own head than will ever be crushed from you taking action on them. I want you to think about that for a minute. Think about all those things in your life that you have thought about when you were a little boy or a little girl that you wanted to do. Or maybe when you're an adult, you thought, man, I want to open this business. I want to meet this person. I want to take this chance and go do something. But something inside your head talked you out of it. More dreams are crushed inside of your own head than will ever be crushed from you acting them out. When you act things out, you take action. You show God, you show the universe that you want something. Those things start to happen in your life. But if you allow those limiting beliefs, those things that were programmed into you it's not your fault. The only thing that's your fault is not taking the time to try and recognize those things and then not taking the time and investing the time and energy into fixing that, right? Reprogramming those patterns. There's something inside your brain called the reticular activating system. If you guys don't know what that is, go look it up. You can Google it. There's a ton of research online about the reticular activating system. And the reticular activating system is ultimately just a bunch of channels inside of your own head that kind of channel your thoughts in a certain direction. What I have learned over the past handful of years here is that reticular activating system can be reprogrammed, completely changed from what you believed before to what you believe now. So I want you guys to think about that. Do you have these thought patterns that take you in a direction that you don't actually want to go? You just find yourself going there. An example of that would be the way that we eat, right? You know, I'm a Starbucks guy, so if I'm driving to work and my pattern is to stop at Starbucks, unless I consciously make a decision, I'm probably going to just drive into Starbucks and repeat that behavior, right? That's part of how our brains function. But I want you to think about those dreams that you've had that you never took action on, that something in your mind and your brain talked you out of it, sent you in a different direction. Thoughts become things. What we think, we become, both on the positive side and the negative side of your perspective. If you believe something and you can visualize that, it will happen for you. I promise you it will. And that goes on the positive side and on the negative side. So if you can imagine something, if you can visualize something happening, you can smell it, you can see it. You can literally emotionally put yourself in that space. You can literally manifest that happening into your life. That also happens on the negative side. You're constantly talking yourself out of things. If you're constantly listening to people that are telling you to slow down, do this, don't do that. I was just saying this to Todd this morning in the office here. I said, every day of my life, man, I hear people telling me, get more sleep, don't do this. You know, man, you work so hard, man, you, like in a negative fashion. And I have to block that out. I've learned how to just block that out, because those things, if I let them in, would become my own limiting beliefs. I want to read you guys a quote that I came across this morning as I was preparing for this show. I was thinking about what to communicate, what to tell you guys about this. And many of you might have already heard this quote, but I'm going to read it to you because it's so appropriate for this topic. Watch your thoughts. They become your words. They become your actions. Watch your actions. They become your habits. Watch your habits. They become your character. Watch your character. It becomes your destiny. Let me read that one more time for you. Watch your thoughts. They become your words. Watch your words. They become your actions. Watch your actions. They become your habits. Watch your habits. They become your character. Watch your character. It becomes your destiny. Thoughts become things, guys. You may think that those thoughts you have inside your head are nothing. You may think that those thoughts inside your head, man, everybody thinks that. And the truth is, you're mostly right. A lot of people have the same thoughts. That's the reason why there's called an average in the world. So when everybody has the thoughts that you're having, maybe that means that you shouldn't be having those thoughts at all. Maybe it means that you should push yourself to generate better thoughts, to generate the thoughts of people that don't have a lot of those thoughts. Maybe you should generate the thoughts and program the thoughts of those people that are in the places that you want to get to. And when you start surrounding yourself with those people, when you start taking the action, even when it seems scary, when you get rid of those limiting beliefs that you have in your own life that lead you down the same path over and over and over again, when you get rid of that stuff, that place right there, that's where the magic starts to happen. So how do those thoughts actually get in our heads? I like to call it your blueprint. And I think that you have three separate blueprints that you function within in your life. You have your personal blueprint, your professional blueprint, and if you've been in an industry for a long time, you probably have an industry blueprint that you function by. And let me explain those. Your personal blueprint is how you were raised, the environment that you grew up in, the people you were surrounded by. Those people influenced you. They taught you things. One of the easiest examples I always use is a penny saved is, everybody says, a penny earned. Actually, it's just a penny, but we were all taught that, right? That's all part of our blueprint. So it starts to mold our thoughts around money. A penny saved is a penny earned. What if we were taught that a penny invested turns into more than a penny? Think about that. That's how your personal blueprint is shaped, by all of those things that come into your mind without you even knowing. This is why it's so important for us to not program our children with these same limiting beliefs, to watch the words that we use. If you tell a child that they're stupid, they're going to start to believe that. It will become a limiting belief in their own mind. But if you tell them that they can do anything, and that they can accomplish anything, and that they are great, and that they have greatness inside of them that was given to them by God, they will start to believe that too. Your professional blueprint. We were all trained by somebody, right? We were all influenced by somebody early in our careers, maybe even later on down the road in our careers. We have major influences that help develop that blueprint. So your professional blueprint, how you behave in a professional environment, is influenced by people. Do those people have limiting beliefs? Many of the people that I looked up to early in my career, I now realize some of the things that I was taking in because I looked up to them so much. Some of the things I was taking in were not quite right, and I had to reprogram and rewire that part of my life. Doesn't mean that they were bad mentors. They were great mentors, but I was unable to detect at that point what I should keep and what I should get rid of as far as their advice. Your professional blueprint comes from those people that influence you. Those people that have a massive influence on your professional path. That becomes your professional blueprint. Those subconscious thoughts that you operate under professionally. And last but not least, your industry blueprint. So like in the construction industry, and I've said this before on this show, your industry blueprint might be, well, I'm in a blue collar industry, so I have to be tough. I can't talk about my emotions. I can't share inspirational things because I'm in the construction industry, and some people might, not like that, or they might dislike me for that. That would be an industry blueprint. Those subconscious thoughts that you have. You have to learn to unwire that. You have to learn not to care about what other people think, but care more about what mission it is that you're on, and get very clear about that, and not allow any of those limiting beliefs that you've learned personally, professionally, or that exist within your industry to manage how you roll every day. Those thoughts become things, guys. Those limiting beliefs that you have are literally the biggest killer of dreams that you will ever see. So I challenge you guys to think today about some of the limiting beliefs that you may have been operating under. And you can change it like that. You can change it in an instant. You have control over this thing that's inside of your head, way more control than you think. When you take control of this, when you take control of your own mind, man, is it powerful. You will start to recognize things that you didn't recognize before. You will start to be intolerant of things that you were extremely tolerant about before that weren't doing anything positive for your life. And you will start to build boundaries around what you allow people to say, how you allow people to function, who you allow to be in proximity of you and who you don't. Standards are put in place for a reason. You have to set standards to actually eliminate those limiting beliefs. You have to have standards for yourself, and you have to have standards for those other people that are around you. And as you raise that standard, as my friend Ryan Austin texted me this morning, man, you are attaching other people to your rope and you are dragging them along with you. You're eliminating other people's limiting beliefs by getting rid of your own. So think about that. What are your limiting beliefs doing to those people around you? What are your limiting beliefs doing to your children? What are your limiting beliefs doing to those people that are older than you, that might not have a lot of time left? What if we were able to impact them in the last 5 years of their life, the last 10 years of their life were the very best that they had? Because you helped them understand what was holding them back, either through conversation or by example. The impact we can make, guys, by not allowing our limiting beliefs to get the best of us is massive. One of my missions on this earth is to show people what they're capable of, to introduce them to the version of themselves that they didn't see, but I could see it because I don't see the negatives that they see. I don't have the limiting beliefs of them that they have, that they carry with them every single day, like weight on their shoulders. It's the very, very best gift that I get in this life, man, is to help people see a better version of themselves. From my wife to my children, to my parents, to the people I interact with, to the friends, to the people I get the privilege of coaching, showing people that next level and helping them believe in it is literally amazing. It's like the greatest thing ever. And I hope that all of you guys get to experience that as well, because it is one of the greatest feelings in the world, man. To be able to show people what they're capable of and then help them on a path to get there. It all starts with you recognizing what it is that's in your head that's limiting you. And you'll hear me say this all the time, but I'll repeat it because it's that important. Sometimes you have to borrow courage to get started. Sometimes you have to find that person that motivates you. But as I said yesterday, after a while of borrowing other people's courage, man, you start to figure out how to do it for yourself. You know, this week we're going to be talking about entrepreneurship every day. And this is a big, big, big topic in entrepreneurship, man. I see so many entrepreneurs not grow fast enough, not get to stability, not have the security that they started their business to create because they have limiting beliefs that keeps them in this space of scarcity. And I was just telling Todd this morning. For years of my life, man, I did it. You know, I was motivated because I wanted to do well. But I did it for other people. That the motivation of other people is what kept me going. You know, the compliments from other people really had an impact on me. But now today I can look into this camera and tell you, like, man, I am out to impress myself because I've gotten rid of those limiting beliefs. They have no chance in my life anymore. They have no chance in my business. They have no chance with the people that are in my circle because I will help anybody defeat them. I know how they work. I know how those voices get us. And I know where they come from. I've talked to so many people in my life and helped so many people through this process that it's easy and fast for me to detect what your limiting beliefs are. So I ask you as you go into this day, as you proceed into your Tuesday, March 2nd, 2021, to think about what it is that might be limiting you. Just recognize it. That's all I ask you. Just spend some time today to recognize it. And we're going to talk a lot on this show about how to reprogram that. Look up that reticular activating system. Figure out where your thoughts are coming from. And you will naturally start to move in the direction of fixing that, of making an impact in your own life by recognizing those things and being able to move in the direction of what you always wanted, but you were afraid to commit to. Most people are afraid to commit because they're afraid if they don't make it, then they have to explain that. Winning is in trying, guys. Winning is in trying. More dreams are crushed inside your own head than will ever be crushed from you taking action or moving in that direction. Remember that. Don't let your limiting beliefs get the best of you. I hope you guys have an awesome Tuesday. I hope this message had an impact on you. If it did, please share this out to your pages. Please go over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Share my page on YouTube to your friends. I'm trying to grow that following. So if you could help me with that, I would appreciate it. And of course, go over to the podcast platform, subscribe to the podcast, and distribute that to your friends. Find some episodes that you think would impact your friends. Click that little share episode button and send it to them. It's super easy. Takes 2 seconds to do it. I appreciate all the support. All the numbers of this show are going in the right direction, man. And I love you guys for being here. I really, really do. From the bottom of my heart, it means the world to me to see the same names over and over again, constantly every single morning. You guys are like family to me, man. It means a lot. I appreciate you being here, and I will see you again tomorrow morning, same place, same time, right here on Morning Perspective. Love you guys. Thanks.